A lot of people are going to see this movie well after it comes out, and they're going to look back and they're going to say, where was this? How did I miss this? So, Snowpiercer. This movie is directed by Bong Joon-Ho. I hope I'm getting that right. He is a Korean director who did The Host from a few years ago. Not the crappy one that you're probably thinking about, but the Korean one that came out, I think, in 2006 or 2007. He originally made this film and released it in some festivals to critical acclaim. Many people really enjoyed this film. When it came time to release it in the United States, the distributor was concerned that it was too long and that people in the United States might not get it. And so they wanted to cut it down. The director refused, and many of the critics who had seen the film and really enjoyed it, they were all up in arms, and many people wrote articles about it. As a result, the distributor relented and decided to release the movie. However, not in the original way that it was intended. As a result of this controversy, it's been relegated to art house status and was also released on video on demand. And that is usually the kiss of death for these movies, because why would people go and see it in the theater if they can see it from home? And so a lot of theaters won't pick it up as a result. I've had to wait several weeks after its initial release before it even came to my city so that I could go see it. All that to say, this movie bucked the system, and it's kind of gotten kicked around a little bit as a result. But let's get to the film. This film stars Chris Evans, Jamie Bell, John Hurt, Tilda Swinton, Kang Ho Song, and Octavia Spencer, and a few other people that I'm not going to ruin. The Earth has been destroyed by a new ice age. The last remnants of humanity have boarded this train, which is constantly moving, in order to survive. At the front of the train, all of the people have wealth. They live in the lap of luxury. At the back of the train, all of those people live in squalor, and they have to do all kinds of horrible things to survive. Chris Evans is the leader of this group in the back of the train, and all he wants to do is to take his people, lead a revolt to take the train, and to get them out of this horrible situation where they're just barely surviving. That is pretty much where the movie starts. It jumps right in. Normally, a film will take all kinds of time to set up everything, and they'll tell you all about the plight that these people are going through in order for you to care about them and to get involved in the story. This movie doesn't do that. It puts a lot of faith in the audience, which immediately sets it apart from so many other movies that are being released today. It actually trusts you that you're not a complete idiot and that it doesn't have to spoon feed you every single plot point. It doesn't have to bash you over the head with every single thing it's trying to say. It trusts you to be patient and to make the connections on your own. And the beauty is, the connections are really there. There are so many times when it gives you something small, and you're not exactly sure what to make of it at first, but it's cool, and then eventually you find out that that one thing actually has a much deeper meaning. And it doesn't have to throw that at you. It just gives you a little bit and asks you to wait. How novel. Also, technically, this film looks great. It's shot so well. The director is great with these awesome dolly shots. The action sequences are shot so well that they don't get tiresome, as so many other movies do, where you start watching them and eventually you kind of zone out because it all kind of looks the same. He seems to know exactly where that threshold is, and then he changes things up so that you're still intrigued and you're seeing what's going on. It was all very, very well done. There are also some great odd scenes that kind of come out of nowhere, that kind of break up some of the different sequences, and they're interesting. They kind of take your concept of what's going on and almost turn it on its head a little bit. And I found that refreshing and cool, and I really enjoyed it. And that's also reflected in so many of the characters. Tilda Swinton is brilliant in this film. Her character is so unique and interesting, and she does a great job with it. Her performance is not to be missed. So many of these other performances from Jamie Bell and Kang Ho Song really fill out the cast in a great way, and they bring great performances to this film. It's a good ensemble cast. The standout performance, though, is Chris Evans. He is brilliant in this film. This is the best that we've seen of him. There's way more depth to this character than I think any other that he's played. And he really does a great job with it. He's the standout performance, and he carries this film on his shoulders. In short, this film is awesome. I had a great time seeing it, and despite the fact that I had to wait for it, and there was a lot of build-up and excitement, it lived up to my expectations, and I enjoyed every minute of Snowpiercer. I'm going to give this film a 4.5 out of 5. It is one of my highest ratings, and it deserves every bit of it. And I can tell you, the moment that this film comes out on Blu-ray, I will be buying it. It's that good. So, have you seen Snowpiercer? If so, what did you think about it? And what are some other odd movies that maybe a lot of people don't know about that are some of your favorites? Leave a comment below. As always, click right here if you like what you see and subscribe to even more of me.